What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the reasons why I think that Arcade1up has actually given up on arcades. There's been a renewed focus on the infinity game table, and it's reached a level at this point that's just disturbing. Let me show you what I'm talking about right now. Head on over to Arcade1up's Facebook page where they're talking about stuff that doesn't make any sense. I mean, posting these little memes. At least this one has something to do with an arcade game, which is nice. But then they got the rapper guy down here flipping off the community, which is, appropriate considering the amount or the lack of communication they've had with us, talking about the update here that actually added a few features, including form factors that they're probably never going to make again. But the latest and greatest is a renewed focus on, you guessed it, the infinity game table, just in time for Valentine's Day. That's D-Mac. Is that Nicole? I don't know who that is, but here we go again, another focus on this device that is not arcade related at all. It's a board game. It's a digital board game. It's competing with every other touch device out there. Notice the cord plugged in. This thing doesn't even have a battery. It's just silly. They haven't moved that product forward. And when you scroll back through that same feed, when they're not showing off other people's arcades in their houses, which is really cool, they have, once again, here we go. We got Harry Potter once again out with the Infinity Game Board. Now remember, this is some of the marketing that they've actually done that did not involve a flip phone from, 2004. This is actually high production value considering what they've done in the past, what they've done in other stuff. And this is just another example of this focus on the infinity game table being the only thing that they're really concerned about. The only thing that they are really pushing is that. Where are all the other examples of two players coming together and playing together? I mean, if that's your theme with the Valentine's Day, you could have a couple playing Puzzle Fighter on, I don't know, your brand new deluxe cabinet that just came out, the Capcom deluxe cabinet, maybe. The cocktail cabinets, the head-to-heads, anything would be, something. Of all the stuff that you've got out there, of all the old cabinets that you're trying to sell, it would have been better to use something else than, once again, the infinity game table, that it is what it is. If you head on over to Best Buy, you see that all the pricing has returned to the original MSRP, $500 now on all the deluxes. Of course, the Casino Cade has dropped in price to $499. It's still overpriced, in my opinion. This thing is just not for me. If you like it, great, but I'm just not digging it. You still Shack Jam, $599. This thing is old. It's got the bad monitor. There's no way in hell this should even be on sale, let alone going for $599. Of course, all the other deluxes back up to $499. And we've seen the return of the Fast and the Furious, the port, the N64 version is $599. And there's that Infinity Game, the blessed Infinity Game Table at $500. Just ridiculous pricing for sure. Just not something that really should be the focus. It can be a weapon. It could be an arrow in your quiver, but it should not be the main focus, the main weapon that you take into battle. Battle being the consumer market, I guess. I don't know. I've been lost. I just got lost in my own analogy. But this pricing is really just insane. And this is just like, oh, there you go. There's the 32-inch version for $1,000. This thing's been out for several years. Well, you see right there. Release date 8/15/2021. So it's been out for almost 3 years now, and you're still charging $1,000 for something that doesn't even have an included battery. It's absolutely sick. This is the kind of pricing that I put on stuff that I don't want to sell, but I told my wife I was going to sell. Hey, so how much you want for this figure? $300. $300? Seriously? Hey, pal, I know what I got. Yeah, you just can't beat this production value. This is the love that they give to their actual arcade recreations, and they would never try this with the Infinity Game Table. It's just ridiculous, but hey, this is the focus. The focus is not where it should be. It's just the latest example. I say latest example because this video came out last year, so this is the most current, 2 months ago. This came out in December. Obviously, the holiday pricing was a big deal. They were trying to push that, but there's been no love paid to anything arcade related, arcade game related, or arcade recreation related. It's all been the Infinity Game Table. And the latest latest example of that, if you head on over to their website, you see that here they have build your own arcade, which is great, but then given equal, like top billing, they're sharing the same billing, is now they've actually broken this out and they have game night elevated, the Infinity Game Table. So it's like, welcome to the Infinity Game Table website, and we also have arcades. But over here is the Infinity Game Table. It's a digital board game. It's not like an iPad at all. We promise, yeah, we have some arcades, but the Infinity Game Table, this is where it's at. This is the future. This is, arcades, but the Infinity Game Table. I'm telling you, buy. Now, is it possible that all this wild speculation is completely unfounded? Possibly. But until Arcade1up can give us some news as far as a new product and renewed focus on the arcade recreations that made them famous, I'm afraid that our selections, at least on the arcade recreation side, are going to be limited, but it appears that your board game selection will remain infinite. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by, checking out the channel. You all have a blessed day, and I will see all of you next time.